I've studied English all my life, but I've decided to give it up and study French from now on. Which is correct? A. Studied, or B. Been studying.
My textbook says it should be studied. Mine too.
And mine.
Yes, studied.
Never mind what the textbook says. What do you think?
I don't like it.
Why not?
Well, suppose someone says I've spoken English all my life. It wouldn't mean they were suddenly going to stop speaking it, would it?
That's what I thought.
Good. So what is the correct answer then?
Well, we can say I've spoken English all my life.
Or I've been speaking English all my life.
And neither implies that I'm going to stop speaking it.
Exactly. So why would stative be any different?
They're both correct.
Good. Textbooks and teachers aren't perfect. Sometimes they get it wrong. It never hurts to think about it for yourself.
With most verbs, the use of the present perfect simple and continuous forms is fairly straightforward. The simple form tells us about an action, for example, I've eaten my supper, and the continuous form tells us about an activity taking place over a period of time. I've been eating my supper. Stative verbs like know and understand can only be used in the simple form. Again, that's fairly straightforward. But there's a small group of words, live, work, teach, study, speak in the sense of speaking a language, and so on, which can be used in both the simple and the continuous forms with very little apparent difference in meaning. Somehow, the idea got spread around that the simple form means that the activity is completed. So if someone says, for example, I've worked in a factory for 20 years, that would mean they're going to stop working there. While the continuous form, I've been working in a factory for 20 years, would mean that the activity will continue into the future. And that explanation doesn't really work. There are cases when present perfect says or implies something about the future, notably in the negative form of the present perfect simple, where, for example, I haven't had my supper yet, implies that I expect to have it at some time in the future. But verbs like work or live and so on, that can be treated either as stative verbs or as action verbs, do not carry any inherent implication about the future, whether they're used in the present perfect simple form, I've worked in a factory for 20 years, or in the present perfect continuous, I've been working in a factory for 20 years. In most contexts, we can use either. There are a few contexts in which the present perfect simple would be correct and the continuous form would seem strange, and vice versa, and I discuss these elsewhere. If you click on the link below this video, it'll take you directly to that discussion.